What's up, everybody? Let's take a look at the stock market today. The futures market just closed, upper left-hand corner, Wednesday, September 29th. This is the E-mini S&P 500 futures, the December contracts. The range day, 34 and a half, nothing like yesterday, which is over 100 points of range yesterday. Today we had a pretty small day. 34.5 was the range. It's still okay range. Certainly nothing like yesterday, which was huge. If you look at the upper part of this screenshot in front of you, you'll see the candlestick on the furthest right there. A little inverted hammer. It is green, but you can see the price action finished, pretty far down the candlestick for the day. Closed at 43.56. The high was 43.78. At one point, I think it even... it got down to 43.44. So, like I said, not a lot of range. Closed near its bottom, but it did close above its open by, let's see, where did it close at? 56. So about 6 and 3 is 9. Yeah, it closed about 9 points above its open. So, inverted hammer. We'll come back at the end of the video and talk about what I think could happen, going into tomorrow, my thoughts. If you look at the upper right-hand part of the screen there, you're going to see the cycle midpoint is still October 7th through 8th. That's on the continuous contract we're looking at here. If you look at the September contracts on the E-micro, it's a little bit different. That the middle of that cycle is October 4th. And that's because those cycles on the December contract for the E-micro, they're 21 days. But here on the continuous contract, they're 23 days. So very interesting. I'm going to keep an eye on that. Those cycles are not exactly the same. So I don't know if we'll get the cycle kind of around October 4th or 5th, or the midway of the cycle, or are we going to get it October 7th or 8th? We're going to have to see how that plays out. Okay. Also, I talked about this yesterday, so if you haven't watched the video from yesterday, I'll put a link in the description. Make sure you go back and watch it. I talk about the importance of a translation in a cycle. If you don't know about cycles, just pay attention to the green arcs just below the candlesticks. You can ignore the red and yellow arcs for now. Those for different time frames. The green arcs are daily cycles, and wherever these two cycles meet together, the two arcs meet together, that's where you're going to have a low in the price action. You can see if you just look at this candlestick chart, you can see wherever those two green cycles come together, you tend to have a low in the price. Right now, we have what's called a left-hand translation going on, where it came up on the very left-hand side of the cycle and then came down hard. And I talked about this yesterday. That's generally a sign of weakness, which is not surprising considering how much downward pressure there has been and the price decline we've had all the way since, way back in the beginning of September. I've been talking about it for a while. That I thought we were going to get a major, major price decline, even a crash, correction, whatever you want to call it, this fall, this winter. I think it's already started. It's been going on for over, 2.5, 3 weeks now. 3 weeks. All of September, basically, the price has been coming down. So today, inverted hammer. We'll come back to that at the end of the video. By the way, stick around here in a little bit. I'm going to talk about whether I had a profit loss today on this little dinky candlestick. If you look below the candlesticks, you'll see the stochastic momentum index. It's still pointing down. In fact, it's crossed over. So everything about the momentum is saying we're going to continue to go down. Now today, like yesterday, and back like 3 or 4, maybe 5 trading days ago, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7 trading days ago, the prices come down and just touch that yellow line. So we're in this sideways channel kind of action going on. Today it didn't break below that line, which, let me see, what is that line approximately? Let me take a look here. It's approximately 4,338, I think. Let me look at the big contracts. Yeah, on that one it's 4,343. So take your pick, 4,343, 4,338, somewhere in that area. Okay. So it hasn't busted through that line, and today I was watching very closely to see if it was going to break through that bottom line, but it didn't. Came right down, touched it, went up and down. today's price action was very interesting, watching it go between like 62 and 69. A lot of 43, 62, and 69, back and forth all day long. And then, of course, there was the extreme edges of the candlestick happened too. Okay, look at the very bottom there. Looking at the VIX, Monday was 18.76, and Tuesday monster move in volatility, all the way up to 23 and a quarter, which was a 4.5 point jump in volatility. That is a huge spike in volatility. You can see that volatility has stayed elevated here, right? It hasn't come down, guys. We look at the volatility right now compared to the last 4 months. It has stayed elevated. Okay, that suggests that pricing will continue to come down. Today, the VIX was 22.56, so still, that's an elevated VIX. It only came down, 3/4 of a point today? This little green day, little volatility change, but not, still pretty big. 3/4 of a point, still pretty big change in volatility. But still got some serious elevated volatility. We cannot ignore that on the average, pricing continues to be on the downside. VIX is elevated compared to the last 4 months, 3 or 4 months here, going on 4 months. So we're still on the left-hand side of this cycle. Let me come back to that. Okay, let's switch over. Did I have a profit or a loss today? What happened today? Did I even trade? Well, there you go. Upper left-hand corner is about 11:30 this morning, Central Standard Time here in the great state of Texas. I trade the E-micro S&P 500s, $316.25. Let me tell you guys, that's a really good day. That's a really good day for a candlestick that only had range of 34.5. So I'm a happy camper for sure to extract $316.25 out of a fairly tight range day. Happy camper. So that's the only thing I traded today. I didn't touch anything else. I kept it, all day. I only had really one big position. I think it was whatever it was, 12, 13, 14 contracts. And then the rest of the trades I made were onesie-twosie stuff. I did a lot of one contracts, a few 2 contract positions. I just kept it small the whole day. When you got this kind of small range, it's really difficult, and I don't think it's even wise to go with big positions. I just think it's going to catch you out. You're going to have a hard time recovering from large positions. And I talk about it all the time. If you're not used to making profits, or you're not good at making profits, you need to start small. And I still do that to this day, guys. Especially on a day like today where you have small range. I just did 1 contract and 2 contracts all day long. I was picking up $10, $15. A lot of that going on. Sure, there's some commission. But, I try to make sure I get triple the profit, 3-to-1 ratio on my commission. I try to do that. I just, whatever works for you. I know what my commission is. You need to be able to calculate your commissions kind of on the fly in your head, or at least have a spreadsheet or your calculator or your phone or whatever. Okay, but I just do it in my head. And I like to do a 3-to-1 ratio. If I have a bigger position, then I don't, I might bring the ratio down. It won't be 3-to-1. It'll be something a little bit smaller. But so I did a lot of that today. A lot of one contract, picking up $15, $20, $10, $30, $30, here or there. I did a couple 2 contract positions to pick up a little bit more money, a little bit more profitability. I just kept whittling away. Today was what we call a working man's day. Yeah, I know I wasn't out there wrangling horses. Okay, I wasn't out there doing construction. I did plenty of hard labor work when I was younger, and I'm not opposed to it. It's good for your health. But yeah, as far as trading, this was a working man's day. You had to work for it, and that's okay. I don't mind doing that. I learn a lot. Watching the price action throughout the day, you really learn a lot watching the price action, staying sharp, keep your position small, take your profits when you can, move on to the next trade. All right, that's my profit loss for today. Let's go back and finish this video up with one last look at the S&P 500. I didn't trade any other futures product. Kept it really smart and small today. Okay, where am I at here? Where am I at? Let me get back over to our screenshot. Give me a second here. All right, there it is. Normally when you see an inverted hammer like this at the bottom, Normally you'd say, well, tomorrow's going to be a green day, right? The price came up a few days ago. It reached its peak, within this channel. It's come down to good red days. And now here we got this small day with an inverted hammer. That's very typical of what you would expect in a turnaround, right? On a rebound. You would expect tomorrow to be a green day. But this is not your average everyday market. And this sure to heck is not an uptrend market. Okay? And I said earlier, we cannot ignore that there's downward pressure. Stochastic Momentum Index is saying down. VIX is elevated, which is suggesting more downward pressure. Okay? We are on the left-hand side of this cycle. That is the more of the shaky time, if you will, of the cycle, where you got to pay attention. You always need to pay attention, but on this side of the cycle, you really got to pay attention. Right? Because you get an up and down and green and red and sideways, and I guarantee a lot of people did not expect yesterday 100 plus point candlestick. And that's how quick it can happen, guys. It can happen just like that on any given day when you've got downward pressure. And so I'm not going to sit here. I'm going to say the same thing I said yesterday. I'm not going to say tomorrow's green or tomorrow's red. No. I'm keeping my mouth shut. On this side of a cycle like we haven't reached a midway point. I just trade the day. That's how I do it. If you're smart, and I would say keep your position small, trade whatever the day's giving you. Okay? I need to throw in here, guys and gals, that I don't give financial advice. This is educational video only. You know how it is. Got to throw in the old obligatory educational video only comment, because you know how the world is nowadays. Everybody's out to get a piece of you if you don't, abide by the rules. So I'm just throwing that in there, educational video only, okay, guys? But if it were me, right, whatever tomorrow is going to be, red, green, big candlestick, small candlestick, I can guarantee you, well, there's a high probability, I'm not going to say guarantee, high probability I'm going to start small and wait to see what this bad boy does. And then I'll trade the day, okay? Now, as I said yesterday, I'm going to continue to say this until we reach the midway point. That's how I'm going to continue to do this. Small, get a feel for the day, trade the day. Whatever the day gives me, trade it. Okay? As we reach the midway point, then we can start getting a good feel for what's going on. I'm waiting to see, is this thing going to bounce hard, come up? Are we just going to get a bunch of sideways small days? Are we going to break through that bottom line? So there's a lot of waiting to see what this cycle is going to do. Overall, I see downward pressure. I continue to see that. And if you didn't watch my video, I think it was from 2 days ago, I think I put it out Sunday, okay, or maybe I don't remember. I got so many videos going out lately. You need to watch beware of the 75-month cycle. That is a very good video. Could change your life. I'll put that in the description as well. All right, guys and gals, if you haven't subscribed on the YouTube channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I keep everything real on this channel. If I have profits, I show it. Yesterday I had some losses plus some good profits, but I showed it. Okay, 99% of these guys and gals out there that are doing their videos and financial expert and trading experts, like I said before, I'm not going to, pick any names out or criticize anybody, but I never see them showing their positions. I got to question whether or not they ever make any money. Okay? On this YouTube channel, I show it. I keep it real. Okay? Go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I appreciate if you give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to click that little bell to be notified of all the videos as I put them out. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.